What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Debunked, and we are on episode 20. Hard to believe, episode 20. And today what I want to do is start off doing a little bit of planning. That's right, we're gonna do some planning because we've got a lot of stuff going on, and I think that is going to be the next best thing to do to make sure that we can have everything nice and organized the way we want it to be. So I tell you what, I am going to go do a little bit of planning here, and then I will bring you guys back when I've got a little bit of an update, and I will catch you guys here just shortly. Okay, so I kind of wanted to just do a little bit of very rough layout, and what I've done is I've used netherrack to kind of mark out where things might go. This is all pretty rough, guys, but the kind of the premise of what I've got here is I've got some stuff laid out here. This is kind of where I think I want maybe our villager trading hall to go, and maybe it moves up here a little bit, I'm not sure. But the general flow of things is going to be kind of like some paths that come up that way, or maybe around here. I'm not sure yet. That's what I've done here with these path blocks. And if you guys didn't know about that, you can take a shovel and right click on grass blocks, not dirt, but grass blocks. If I was to dig this out and replace it as a dirt block, it would be just a dirt block. I could not right click on that guy again. So that's how you make a grass path block, and those are pretty handy. You've seen me use some of those over there. We'll get to that here shortly. But so pathway that comes along here, I'm planning on taking all of this, and we're going to upgrade this into more of a barn type area. You know, make it to where we've got some places to actually house some animals or something like that. And I'm not completely sold on that, and I'll tell you why here just shortly, but I kind of want to put something in this space. It may be a farm, it may be a barn, but that's kind of what I've got there. The villager breeder is still going to stay there, and we'll have some pathways that connect that up, maybe a little bridge that goes across the water there. And I'm gonna head back this way and see if I can grab a nap real fast. Had a creeper that exploded there not long ago. I haven't fixed that yet. Let's go take a nap here real quick, and then we'll get into what I've got going for the rest of this. So out front here, this has been the typical, we've had this for a while. You can see I've used those path blocks here. But what I'm thinking is you'll kind of have the flow over here to the farm and over to the villager breeder, and then up to the trading hall area. This right here is what I'm kind of envisioning being kind of a town square type area. And again, this is all rough, so this may move over that way, and I'll try and show you guys a little bit of an overhead view. Maybe that'll give you a little bit better idea of what I'm planning. But we'll be able to come over here and have our path go, and this will go to our mining area. We've got a path that comes across here and kind of either meanders this way maybe, and definitely this way. Hi, wandering trader. And I've kind of got laid out just some rough areas where I'd like to put some housing, probably some farms. This is probably where I'll have the sugarcane farm and maybe the pumpkin farm, and we've got bamboo that we want to do that with. So that's kind of what I'm thinking will happen right through here, maybe. And then we'll come through this way and we kind of wind around and we go up here, and I want to put a room or build a building kind of like we did around our mine shaft. We want to do that kind of around the nether portal, or do something to spruce that up and make it look pretty cool. Then I've got kind of a path that'll come this way, and it'll maybe go back in here or up this way. And I want to put something up on this hill, but I don't know yet. And I've got a path or a roadway that'll lead off this way as well. So we'll be able to put buildings back along here, maybe along this side over here. And of course, we can always expand back that way. And kind of what I'm thinking is I want to make sure that we maintain some sight lines. So I said earlier that I wasn't sure what I wanted to do over there with that area where the pens are right now, where we've got the animal pens, because this right now is kind of where we're coming into our little town. So if I was to come in this way and I build up something that's too big here or here, I don't want it to distract from what's going on here. I want to be able to have a good few sight lines in different areas that are going to go to the main focus. And right now the main focus is going to be this building here. And when we get done with our sorting system, that is going to expand a lot. Let me tell you, I have lots of plans for that. That is going to extend up quite a bit higher and become kind of the main focal point. So we want to make sure that that looks good. And so if we were to come in this way from, say, our other village there, and we were to come up here and be walking across stuff, we want to make sure that whatever we put here doesn't interrupt that view too much. We want to make sure it looks nice. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. That's kind of why I wanted to plan this stuff out. That way we all have kind of an idea of what is to come. So I am planning on, at some point very soon, kind of redoing all of this. And we're going to do a little bit of terraforming, and we're going to do a little bit of landscaping, and then we're definitely going to be building those farms here right away. And I think I am actually going to start building those here in maybe the next episode or two. So for right now, though, that kind of gets everybody a little bit of an idea of what I'm planning, and a little bit of an idea of what's to come here and what might go where. Again, all fluid. No idea if it's all going to stay that way. I do know that I want my villager trading hall up that direction. So that's going to be a thing, and we know that's going to stay where it's at. The nether portal may move. We may move, it just depends. But for right now, it's going to stay there. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And let's go ahead and start talking about and start working on some of these redstone farms. How about that? How about we just do that right now? So let me gather some materials, and then I will start kind of showing you how we can build these micro farms, and then we'll work on building a few. We'll just put some in over here. What do you say? Okay, I think we've got everything we need for me to show you how to make this little farm, except for room in my inventory. So let me go ahead and start off. We're going to need this sugarcane here, but let's go ahead and just build an example right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with, let's go down a block here, and then I want to put in this here like so. And then I think I want to put a couple of blocks down here, and I want to do something like this. I don't think I want those there. So what we're doing is we're going to need a way for the sugarcane to grow, and that sugarcane is probably going to have to be, in this example, up one block, kind of right here. Well, I need that to be a block that sugarcane can actually grow on, which is going to be this dirt block I've got here. So if I put that there, that gives me my sand block, and I tell you what, that sand block can go right there for right now. And we're gonna need to have water close to where that sugarcane is. So it's going to have to be on one side or the other here, or in front of this, for it to grow. Because if you tried to plant sugarcane on this block right now, it would not let you. And I'll just show you that here real quick. Let me grab this, and we'll come up here, and it will not let me place that. So what I need to do is I need to figure out a way to put water there. So for right now, let's just do this. And we want to come here, and obviously we need to have a way for that water to actually, whoops, I did not want to do that. I actually wanted to come out one more. I want to do this, and I want to come here, 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 and this. So now if I put a water bucket in there, and guess what? I probably don't have a water bucket. And let me put this thing together here. Let me go get a water bucket here real quick and kind of drop off a couple things in my inventory. While we're doing that, I will kind of let you know what the overall goal here for this guy is. The overall goal is to be able to create a... Was there a water bucket in there? No. It's to be able to create a farm that we can just, as we're doing things around here, it's going to passively generate stuff for us, just like our villager farm does over there. So then we can get lots of resources and not have to wait around to go and harvest those items. And that's what we've got going right now. And it's a bit of a pain in the butt, guys. I'm not going to lie. So what I want to do is I want to create a way. Let's get rid of these water bottles and this diamond horse armor. I want to create a way that we can get those resources without having to go over there and constantly harvest our sugarcane or our bamboo and even the wheat if we can help it. So we're going to work on some farms to do that stuff, but we can definitely get a bamboo farm and a sugarcane farm pretty easily. So let's go ahead and get some water here. And if we put this down in this area here, actually I lied. I've already got this built wrong. Man, you guys are probably sitting here going, geez, this guy sucks. He didn't even know how to put down a water block correctly. Okay, that's what we want. And we want that there to have a block underneath. So if we do that, then I can go boom and I can stack this up as high as I want. So now that we have that in there, what we need to do is we need to think about how we are going to get the sugarcane to be harvested. Well, to do that, the best way to do it is we can use a piston. And if we have a piston, and I think I've got the stuff to do this, if I was to put a piston down right here, and I was to, actually I want to go up one more block. I lied. One more block. So let's put a block here and let's put our piston there. If I was to update this with a redstone signal, and let's just make a lever here real quick because we've got the stuff to do it. If I was to do a, there you go. If I was to turn that on, what it does is it updates and it breaks that sugarcane. So we're going to take advantage of that, and we're actually going to place on top of this an observer. And what that observer is going to do is it's going to watch this sugarcane, and every time it grows, when it gets to a certain height, I think I got to be this way. Nope, got to be the other way. Every time it gets to a certain height, what it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, the sugarcane is up high enough. You need to do something, so I want you to put out a redstone pulse. And if we were to actually hook this thing up like this, I think if we come over here, and this is looking kind of hideous right now. Trust me, when we build the real one, it's going to look a lot better. If I was to come up here and place down a redstone block or a redstone piece, you see when it notices that there was an update, it triggers that piston. So let's put this on here again and watch that in action. So if I go here, there you go. That updates, and as soon as it grows up to a third block, it pops that and it tells this piston, hey, you need to fire and break that. So now what we need to do is we need to take advantage of this system, and probably the way we'll design it is I'll probably actually put the water block maybe on this side here so that's hidden. So let's just do that here real quick. Let's just kind of tweak this design. Let's do this, and let's come over here and do this, and then I need to place this here. Let's put that there. Let's put our water bucket here. So we've still got our water bucket. So now that'll still allow us to place down our sugarcane. Let's break these, kind of clean this up real fast. And then let's get our sugarcane, and we'll test this out here. And boom, there you go. Okay, that still works. So now what we need to do is we need to have a way to collect all of this. And that's where this block comes in, or where this comes in down here. What we're going to do is we're actually going to set up a minecart system, And we're actually going to encase this area in glass. I don't have any glass, so we're, for the time being, going to just use these. And let's just go up 3 here, because I think that will work just fine. And what we're going to do is we are going to take advantage of the mine cart hopper. Now, a normal hopper will pull items through a slab, but it will not pull items through a full block. So if I was to put just a regular hopper down here, it would not pull the items. And we'll just do that here real fast, just so you can see. If I do this and I come back up here and I place this down, I picked up that in my inventory, and you can see the other ones up there. Let's try that again and see if we can do that without getting that in our inventory. Okay, so that landed on that block. You can see the hopper did not pick anything up. However, if I was to change that out and put a, where'd my other one go? Oh, way up there. If I was to put a hopper minecart, words hard, then it would pick that up. So let's get rid of that. Let's do this. Let's come up here, and we're going to need to put down a piece of track for right now, just so we've got a place for that to sit. And we're going to put that there. So that's all nice, comfy, and cozy in there. Let's just do this just to kind of seal that up. And now let's do that one more time. Let's see what happens. And you probably didn't catch it. This one didn't happen because the minecart is not there. But if I come down here and I was to be able to click on this guy, boom, maybe. I think I have to break it. There you go. We've got our piece of sugarcane in there. So that is how we are going to harvest all of that. We're going to create a mine track system that will run underneath this, and will, every time things break, it's going to go and it's going to pull the items through the blocks and pick those up for us. And we'll have chests and everything available so we can dump those off. Let me go in here and sleep, and then I will be back with you in just a moment. Okay, we're back from our nap and we're back over here. So we can use this same system for things other than just our sugarcane. We can actually use them for things like bamboo. So if I was to come over here, and it's going to take a second for it to work with bamboo, but not that long. If I was to come over here and we'll just tappy on some bamboo here, and boom, boom, boom. And okay, there we go. I think I got it all. Maybe. It's not like it matters if I didn't. We can get so much bamboo so quickly, it's not even funny. Let's come back over here and let's put down some bamboo, and we'll see if we can't get this thing to trigger some bamboo. Okay, so we've got to let our stalk grow. We know that. That's going to have to happen. I don't think, there we go. Okay, well, I can go ahead and place that. So if I do this, same thing, it's going to land there, and I don't have my hopper minecart there, so it did not work. And let's try that one more time. And there we go. If I was to come down here, if I break this, you'll see we have our 2 pieces of bamboo. So that's working out pretty darn well. All right, so now that we've got that done and we know how we can build a farm like this, we need to set up an area to do that in. And I think that's going to happen over here. Earlier in the episode, we were doing a little bit of planning, and we had kind of marked out some of these areas over here to be able to build those farms in. And I'm taking the long way around so I don't trample my wheat. But I think we'll probably go ahead and put one of those farms in over here, and I'm inclined to do it kind of right here. So that's going to involve doing a little bit of terraforming, and then we need to lay out how big we want this to be, and we're going to need some resources. So let me go and grab what I think we're going to need, some hoppers, some track, and some other things, and I will get that built, or get started building it, and I'll bring you guys back when I've got a little bit of an update. Welcome back, everybody, and as you can see, we have made a little bit of progress here on our sugarcane farm, and I'll give you a little tour to let you know kind of how we have this set up. This is pretty close to what we had over here, and we've just expanded it, and I'll show you what's going on. So first off, this design up here is exactly like what we had set up there. We have our observers, and they are hooked up so that when one fires, it sends a pulse to this redstone signal, and that will cause these pistons to fire. And we may have to throw a repeater in here, but I think we're gonna be okay. But that will fire these pistons. Now I've only put them on every 4th block, 3 blocks in between here, because if I have one at every block, every single time one of these grows up, if it's in front of an observer and it says, hey, you just updated, it's going to cause this to trigger. So my theory is we'll get most of them, but we may have some blocks that grow up here in the center that do not trigger it, but then we'll get a little bit more sugarcane with each harvest. I may change that. I may throw down more observers. You can put an observer on every one of these, and that's perfectly fine. But if we come down here, then what we got going on is we've got the dirt block here that this is growing on. We've got our water here. Those are the 2 things that we need. That can be dirt or sand or whatever for that sugarcane to grow on. Behind here, you guys can hear that minecart running, and that is right there. You can see that running back and forth. I've got a redstone block on each end, and on top of this redstone block, I'll show you down here, is one of those powered rails. We've already kind of looked at those before when we were transporting our villagers. I'll put that back later. So that minecart goes back and forth, and then in the center, what it's doing is it will collect from these blocks up there, just like we talked about earlier. Oh, whoops. Down here, what it's doing though, once it collects, is I have 3 hoppers here in the center. So every time it goes across those hoppers, it will try to dump the contents inside that hopper. And then what I've done is I've got this outside hopper and this outside hopper feeding to the center. So it will come down to this chest. This chest will go to here, into here, and so on, all the way down to this one here. There's one of the blocks that we broke, so that means that's working. This is going to turn into, into a basement, and we are going to be able to put some stuff down here, and we're probably going to spruce this up quite a bit. We'll put in a floor, and I'll just leave that there for right now. We'll put in a floor, and we'll make some walls and kind of pretty this all up, and I'll move this ceiling back, and we'll decorate that up all nice and neat. But kind of what I've done, time to go Shreepy. Kind of what I've done is I have used the landscape, and I've kind of melded the buildings to fit within that landscape, because if we just keep building and we always make everything flat, it gets pretty boring. So we want to make sure everything is fitting in with the landscape better. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Go away. Goodbye. Nobody wants you. Anybody else? You? You're gonna be dead before you get to me, so sorry about your luck. So anyway, as I was saying, I have kind of gone with a design that's going to mold things into the landscape. I've got one farm here, and then we're going to come down, and this area right here is going to become another farm. So I will put that same type of design right here, and then we're going to come down another level, and I'll have another farm here, same type of design. What we're going to do is in one of these farms, we are going to swap out, instead of doing sugarcane, we are going to do our bamboo. And then if you guys haven't remembered, over there we have kelp growing. So I'm going to see if we can modify this design just a little bit, and I'm going to put a kelp farm in here. That way we have all 3 of these in here. And again, instead of just having one flat area here, I've kind of stair-stepped it down. So eventually what'll happen is this area will get filled in with dirt, and it'll be on the same level as this. So we'll be coming down through here and have an entryway, and we'll actually be up one more block. So we'll go through there like that. You probably won't see this underlying set of stairs, so I'll probably get rid of those. But you'll come down, and then you'll go here, and you'll come down one more. to get into this farm here. And then that will lead us right back to our main area. So that is my plan. I am going to work on all that stuff off camera. And I probably will start off next episode with a time lapse of me building up the rest of this stuff. And that way we've got something cool to kind of kick everything off with. But I wanted to hopefully see if these guys would go ahead and trigger, but it doesn't look like they're going to. So what we're going to do, we are going to start wrapping things up for today. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make sure I've got some space in my inventory. And we're going to harvest a little bit of this sugarcane. That way we've got enough to go fill out our farm so that we can let that go ahead and start doing its thing. And 20 should be more than enough. We just need enough to plant one down there in the very bottom. So let me come over here and do that. And like I said, next episode, we're going to kick off over here doing some stuff with this. And then as soon as we get done doing this, we are going to immediately go into doing some other fun stuff. I've got plans to go ahead and start in with doing a little bit more building over on that side. I think what we might do is we might go from doing this into doing some building over here to finish out our sorting hall, as I'm calling it these days. So we'll go over there, we'll do our sorting hall, and we'll do a little bit more work there. I've got some stuff I need to do to get that filled out. We got to finish putting some logs up there, and we'll kind of get at least that main floor done, try and put in a ceiling. And then from there, we're going to go over and we're going to work on some designs for a villager trading hall. And we want to get that working because I've got some stuff I want to do with villagers and zombies and trading. And then we're going to just keep on rolling from there. So hopefully you guys have liked what you've seen in these episodes. And I hope that you guys are enjoying things. Okay, it looks like our stuff, looks like we harvested some. So let's come down here and let's see what's going on. Hopefully you guys have liked this, and there you go. We've got some sugarcane down there. Awesome. Just gonna go ahead and throw all those in there. And wow, I'm all over the place. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would like to see next. Give me some feedback. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you liked this video, please smash that like button. As always, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss anything that's coming up. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff with redstone and farms and mob farms and building and all kinds of fun stuff. So hopefully you guys are enjoying things. And as always, thank you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. I've been Debunked. You guys have been awesome. I will see you in the next episode.